What's up? It's Kyle here. Man, I gotta tell you, what an interesting day of E3 we have had. E3 kicked off today, and it'll still continue for the next week, throughout the week, which I will be making other videos on some other things, like Ubisoft's press conference, which I thought was really good. Nintendo, some other things. Well, Nintendo's press conference is tomorrow, but a lot of things that have already come and still yet to come in the next few days of E3, I will be making videos on to give my thoughts about. But this one is solely on, how should I say, the tip of the iceberg for E3. Xbox One and PlayStation 4, both Microsoft and Sony, came back with their second press conference unveiling the games for these systems, as well as the price and launch date for these systems as well. I gotta say, Microsoft started off first earlier this morning with the Xbox One, specifically talking about games, specifically, thank God. I want to say they had an impressive conference. I enjoyed this better than the first one. They showed some exclusives, one of them being Rise, Son of Rome, which looked like a really impressive game, which will be available for launch and is an Xbox One exclusive. Other games like Crimson Dragon I thought was interesting and pretty impressive. Some other games I can't think of at the moment right now that they showed, which like I said, was interesting. The Spark, it's okay. I guess you have a big wild imagination. I guess the Spark is all right. That was great. They also said that the Xbox One will be available this holiday season, November, and that you can reserve it right now, today. Reservation is available, and the system's going to run you about $499. So it's a $500 price tag. Some people are kind of complaining about this, and like, it's about $100 less than what the PlayStation 3 cost 6 years ago, and really the same price that the second version, the lower grade PlayStation 3 costs. So I'm like, I really don't. It's really not that big of a deal. But like I said, it was an impressive showcasing of some exclusive games. I think Microsoft accomplished what they needed to do. Sony, however, they had their second press conference later tonight, or moments ago, about an hour and a half ago. And I have to say, they kicked Microsoft's ass in this conference. Hands down. I said it earlier, 4 months ago, when Sony did the first unveiling for the PS4 back in February. I said to set the gaming world on fire. They did, and they did it a second time in a row with the second unveiling of the PlayStation. I think Sony played it smart this time. They took some cheap shots at Microsoft, and you knew they were taking cheap shots at Microsoft on some things, and I think they succeeded in doing that, and I think they've succeeded in targeting Microsoft's fan base and successfully bringing them over. One of the things that they did, I think, was smart on Sony's part. They unveiled the actual system. I think Sony were kind of smart in not revealing this in the first press conference of back in February. They let Xbox, the competition, show all their tricks of the trade. They kind of waited back and like, you know what? We were the first one to open this, and we're going to be the last to close this. And they did just that. They were the beginning, and they sealed it shut tight in the end. They showed the system. The system is okay looking. I don't know what they're doing with these next gen looks of these consoles. I mean, they're looking too much like VCR/DVRs. I don't know if they're trying to get a futuristic look or a simple but futuristic, sleek look. I don't know if that's the concept for these next gen looks. It's okay, I guess. It'll take some getting used to, but I definitely think by them holding off and waiting to unveil the system on top of some other things I'm going to get into, I think really was beneficial for Sony. Second thing Sony nipped in the bud, I think they won over on Microsoft. The PlayStation 4 will be $399, $100 less than what Xbox One is. And a lot of people may say, $100 not that much of a difference. Hey, that's $100 right there for one or two games launched to support that system. I mean, so just to say if you want, the cheaper the better. And I mean, for $400 price tag, I said Sony was going to learn their lesson from PS3, and they have done just that. They've learned their lesson from the PS3. They're starting off right with a great, reasonable price, $400 price tag. And when they said that, that crowd and the Sony press conference erupted with joy. You heard the cheers. I mean, it was amazing, and even I was cheering as a gamer myself. Second thing, they took a cheap shot at Microsoft. They said the PS4 will not be an online all the time internet connection system, that you can be able to play games offline if you choose to. It is not required for you to be connected to the internet 24/7. As well as they said that the PlayStation 4 will also support used games. They see the used game market as being beneficiary and important to us, the consumers. So the PlayStation 4 will support used games. They even made a video. They even had a 20-second video. Like I said, you knew it was a cheap shot taken at Microsoft. They even had a video where one of the programmers for Sony from PlayStation 4 was like, here is how you share a used game. He takes the game and he just hands it over to the guy next to him, and the guy that receives the game is like, thank you. They took a cheap shot at Microsoft. I mean, they stuck it to him right there with just that little short video that they did. They stuck it to him right there, showing just how simple sharing, a game or a used game is. They stuck it to him with the pricing. They stuck it to him with saying that the system does not need to be supported by internet connection, and also stuck it to them when they said that their system supports used games. I said it earlier this year that I was going to get a PS4. I plan on getting both systems, but I plan on getting PS4 first. After seeing what I saw today from what both parties had to offer, I still am so mind made up. I'm getting a PS4 first and foremost, if I even get an Xbox One at all. Hands down. I thought they showed some good games. Kingdom Hearts 3, they're going to be working on. It's going to come out with that. I'm like so glad. It's been like 6 or 7 years since the last Kingdom Hearts 2 came out for PS2. So really glad to come out with Kingdom Hearts 3. I was really excited about that. The new Final Fantasy, they're working on that as well. So like I said, some really good games. Even the Xbox One has some good games. Like I said, they'll be available coming soon, also for launch. But I think Sony, they played their card smart this year at E3. Like I said, I mean, they shocked the world by being first to unveil all their things, and then they shocked it a second time by closing out and ending, being the last guy. I mean, they were first. They made a good first impression, and they made a good lasting impression. And I think Sony, they knocked it out of the box. I think they kicked Xbox ass in this. I'm sorry. And Xbox did good in showcasing their thing, but the one thing that Xbox didn't do, which I was kind of shocked that they didn't address, and like I said, we have a couple more days to E3. E3 is stretched throughout the entire week. Maybe they have some more interviews with more of the Xbox, with Microsoft's programmers and whatnot. But the one thing that they really did not stress on was, will the Xbox One support used games? Is it required of you for the Xbox One to consistently connect it to the internet 24/7, all day, every day? If not, then, your gaming and everything else is pretty much jacked up and screwed and all this other BS. Microsoft did not address those things. And I think that really, forget the price tag being $500. Price comes secondary, because I've talked with most people and they don't even give a crap about Xbox being $500. If they could afford to pay $600 for PS3 a couple of years back. These two things here, I think, is what's going to hurt Sony and Microsoft. And like I said, these are the problems I've always had with Microsoft, is that they always try to focus on casual gamers. And it's a fact that a casual fan base will always outnumber a hardcore fan base. That's in anything, whether it's games, movies, professional wrestling, whatever. Probably the only thing that you can get everyone else that everyone loves all together is football in the Super Bowl. That's it. And maybe baseball. But everything else, a casual fan base always outnumber hardcore fan base. And I'm not saying you can't reach out to those casual fans, but what I have a problem with Microsoft, and you guys know me from my long subscribers, you guys know I've made tons of videos. Microsoft focuses too much on getting the casual gamers, and the hardcore Xbox fans, they're leaving them out in the cold. And by them leaving out in the cold, it's making the Xbox fans angry and upset with the company, because they're like, well, what about us too? I mean, yes, we got games, yes, we got this, but you mean to tell me I have to be connected on the internet 24/7? Half of us don't even have internet. I can't play used games. I mean, all these things, it hurts their hardcore fan base. And Sony sees this, and they're taking advantage of it, and they're doing it wonderfully and beautifully. The CEO of Sony Entertainment himself said just 2 days ago that the PlayStation 4 is solely a gaming console for gamers. He said it does have other entertainment features. He says, but we're not going to focus on that right now. He says all that will be revealed in later time. He says, but as for right now, we're focusing on making the PlayStation 4 the gaming console that everyone else wants and desires. And I quote, that's what he says. If the president of Sony Entertainment tells you that this is the direction that they want to go and that they're going forward, and what does that tell you? They knew that Microsoft was going in a different direction, and they're like, okay, they're so focused on entertainment and media and all this other bullcrap and TV and adding movies to your games. We're going to focus on games, and I think Sony did a solid job at this. So I may make some more videos about this in the coming days. But you guys, let me know what you think. PS4 or the X1. What are you going to get? For me, PS4, hands down. Or your thoughts in the comment box below. And like I said, look forward to me. I'll be making some more videos and some other things from E3 that happened today, and will still come up in the next coming weeks for some games and stuff for current gen consoles and next gen as well. I'll hear your thoughts in the box below. Comment, subscribe. Peace.